Hey everybody, what's up? This is Sports Writer 33 coming to you live from Paris, California. This NCAA tournament there's been no buzzer beaters. Let's be completely honest. Nobody's really hit a shot that makes you run outside of your house and go screaming for the heavens. But there has been some upsets that may have completely changed the landscape of the NCAA tournament. How we think of 2-15 matchups. Norfolk State obviously beating Missouri. Duke losing to Lehigh. Those were huge. Ohio almost beating North Carolina in the Sweet 16. I actually have a pretty funny story about that. I was at John's Incredible Pizza when that happened. I was going to change the game, and I told the dude to change it. I told the guy to change it to the North Carolina game on TBS. And there was a bunch of people that got mad at me because they were showing a live look-in on CBS of the Carolina game. And oh, we were still watching that, but then he turned it, and everybody kind of started apologizing. So that's kind of funny. I was gonna have one of those memories. Anyway, tomorrow's game should be really exciting. Starting off with the game everybody's looking forward to, especially me. I can't stress that enough. The Ohio State, or I'm sorry about that, the Louisville Kentucky game. Two of probably in the top three rivalries in college basketball, if I'm not mistaken. Louisville Kentucky should be a great game. Everybody knows that Kentucky's talent-wise is superior. Payne Siva is a very, very good player, though. I don't think people have realized that enough. He's sure he's been talking about it a lot, but that's going to be a big game. So I'm going to give you a few of the things that you should look at going into this one. This whole season, I've been kind of rooting for Kentucky to get here, get to the Final Four. And I'm sick of people calling John Calipari a cheater, saying that he's okay. Yeah, he's had two of his three Final Fours vacated at Memphis and UMass, but he's a very good coach. People think that he's just a cheater, but you don't get to three Final Fours in your career. Well, now four. You don't get to four Final Fours by all you do is bend the rules. His dribble drive offense is one of the best in the nation, and well, most of you think that it's the money, but there is a reason. There must be a reason why he keeps getting players to come to the school. He's the best at molding one and done players. All of his players seem to improve as the season goes on. They seem to mature and finally buy into what he's trying to teach them. So Louisville, Kentucky, this should be a really good game. Once again, Louisville comes in 30-9. Looks like 10-8 in the Big East. Kentucky's 36-2. They didn't lose an SEC regular season game. Obviously, they lost at that buzzer beater to Indiana, where people start thinking that Indiana was a better team for whatever reason. No, they beat them on the last second shot. That shouldn't have made people say Indiana was superior because when they play in the NCAA tournament, Kentucky didn't crush them, but they won pretty handily. They scored in the 100. I think it was 104-92. So in this game, Anthony Davis, he's going to be the difference. Rick Pitino's already said, as we've heard multiple times, that Louisville's going to try to attack the big man and try to get him in foul trouble. Maybe try to get the ball past him with a few pump fakes and get him out of the lane, drag him out to the three-point line. Because without Anthony Davis inside, we really don't know this team's identity. They obviously have a very talented team. Harris Jones kind of had a down year a bit, but he stepped it up in the tournament. He's had a few big games. Deron Lamb, do not leave him open. He will make you pay. He's one of the most deadly shooters in the country, in my opinion. And as well as Darius Miller. Kyle Wilcher, the recruit from Oregon, the freshman, he's not the best player in the world. He's only averaging 5 points a game, but if he gets going, he's very versatile as well. He's a big man. He can step outside at the jumper. On the Louisville side, obviously Payne Siva, he's actually only averaging 9 points a game through the regular season, but he's without a doubt their most valuable player. Surprisingly to me, in their win against Florida, they had to finish out the last 4.5 minutes without him. They mounted a comeback and still won. Kyle Kurick's an outstanding shooter. Over the course of the season, he shot only 32% from threes, but everybody knows that once he gets it going, the other team is in a lot of trouble. With that being said, my pick for this game is still Kentucky. The Wildcats are just too good. They're one of the best teams I heard on the radio this morning because I got my license. that they're probably up there with the 1990 Rebels as one of the best teams of the past 30 years or so. So that's gonna be the first semifinal. Second semifinal is gonna be Ohio State versus Kansas. This is going to be a really interesting game. The matchups are pretty even across the board. How is Jaron Sullinger going to do against Thomas Robinson? Robinson, a guy that really has earned my respect over the course of the season. I thought he would, be they were overhyping him. That's what I thought at the beginning of the year. He was just they were trying to make the best of a bad situation in Kansas. And what was supposed to be a rebuilding year. When Kansas rebuilds, they go to the Elite Eight, or in this case, the Final Four. Last year was supposed to be a rebuilding year. They got a #1 seed in the tournament. So this year they got a 2 seed. They beat Carolina last weekend. Ohio State beat Syracuse. That's how both teams got here. Aaron Craft, the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year as a point guard, as a freshman he never played. I kind of said to myself, hey, I might be better than this guy. He's 5'11", I think, 6 foot. He looks average when he does get in the game, but this season he's been all over the place. He hustles for every loose ball. He's a smart player on the offensive end. He's shooting 34% from three, 71% from the free throw line. So maybe he's not the guy they want at the free throw line with the game on the line. Your point guard should be one of your better free throw shooters, but I'm not going to get to that. Jaron Solinger in the NBA, he will be deadly. He's only 6'9" as a center, but he does play. He has an NBA body. He'll be the difference maker, I think. Him and Thomas Robinson, that's a matchup everybody's looking forward to, and that's a matchup you have to watch out for. Tyshawn Taylor and Aaron Craft. Taylor is one of the most improved players in the Big 12, but Aaron Craft's defense maybe shut him down a bit. There's a guy from Paris, California as well. His name is Kevin Young. He went to Paris High School out here. He's going to be playing in the Final Four tomorrow. He's number 40 on Kansas. He's actually hasn't had too bad of a season. He's a junior transfer from Loyola Marymount. He holds a few single season records there, I believe. He's averaging 3.6 points a game. And I'm sorry about the whole, I don't seem like I know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to make up for my lack of vlogs. These last few days, I've been really busy trying to get things done. Still no excuse. I should have had the time to get it done. But like I said, Kevin Young, one of the best players in college basketball. I did not mean that. I kind of just rambled on right there. But Kevin Young is he's one of the most valuable players on this Kansas team. I gotta stop beating a dead horse by saying the same thing over and over. See, it bit me in the butt there. In this game, I was going back and forth on this for the longest time. I think I'm actually gonna pick Kansas, and I tell you what, Tyshawn Taylor and Elijah Johnson should be two of the big differences, but Kevin Young's length and size should definitely bother Ohio State when they try to drive lane and when they try to get fouls called. He's going to put his hands up. He has an incredible wingspan. He's long. He's athletic. And I think that'll be the difference. Okay, the championship game. Everybody ready? Kentucky against Kansas. That's going to be a really good game. Thomas Robinson, Anthony Davis. People can finally shut up about who the best big man in the country is when these two teams play, finally. Tyshawn Taylor against Marcus T. Because they put Elijah Johnson at the 2. Him against Deron Lamb. Kentucky's the better team. Kentucky wins this one. Anthony Davis don't get me wrong, Thomas Robinson is a great player. Not just a good player, he's a great player. But his length is going to bother him. So that's it right there. Peace.